Hey there, guys, what is going on? Sloppy here, and I am playing some more Creativerse on a Creatinators server. And, yeah, let's continue where we left off last time. I was talking about how this episode we're going to try to beautify Spawn a touch. And that's what I'm going to do. Today is going to be landscaping. And there's a bunch of stuff we did last time, putting leaves and whatnot. There's a bunch we have to continue to do. I asked you guys, hey, what do you think we should put up here? In this area up here. And a lot of you said, like, maybe a nice little, like, picnic area, some sort of, you know, campground type thing. A lot of great suggestions. We're gonna try something, but one of the things I definitely want to focus on is this view coming out of the castle. That's how most people come to spawn. They come out of this castle here. So I want this view to be quite spectacular. Not spectacular, but better than what it is currently. So we're going to move these chests. I don't even know whose these were. I think these were Sidon's when he was working on this. Like, working on this a year and a half ago whenever we started this server. So yeah, and we're going to try and get this area started out. You can see the trees I planted grew. And they just add a little bit extra to spawn, don't they? They add a little bit of something. So we'll probably plant a few more of those. I have to go get a bunch of leaves anyway, so I'm just going to go mine leaves and wood and, you know, maybe just chop down an entire tree and get 10,000 of every resource. But this gaming area thing, a lot of you said, yo, dude, it's stupid and ugly and I hate you. And I thought, wow, that got more of a response than I thought it would. A bunch of people said maybe braces in the corners. I actually tried that when I was building it, and they did not look very good. Like some sort of, you know, maybe like do Adobe brick. Do I have some. Like do Adobe bricks to the corner here, which I guess we could try. Right, and then, I don't know, we'd have to like do that or something. I'm not a huge fan of something like that, but maybe you guys are. Also, blum, 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 blum. Oh, Tashlin, the incredible builder who built this beautiful grass dome, the, oh boy, repository, not suppository, repository over here, which is one of my favorite builds because it's so random and fantastic, and it actually serves a purpose, and I just dig it. Wasn't there a sensor before? Yeah. Such a cool build. She suggested maybe tourmaline glass to break up this texture on the other side here. You know, like here we'd have windows on that side, because there's just dirt behind it, maybe some like tourmaline glass or something to break up the texture here. We might try that. I'm not too sure, but I do know that I want to get some terraforming done. It's not even sure how the glass works here. Something like that, probably. So yeah, I'm going to do the terraforming. We'll try and figure this place out maybe another time, but I am in a terraforming mood. I got excited about changing this area up a little bit ever since I talked about it, so I'm just going to go ahead and do a bunch of work, cut back to me when I'm more or less finished with it, I guess, which should be interesting to see. I don't know. We also have quite an area here, which, you know, is probably big enough for someone to build something in. I don't know if anyone will, but, like, that's quite a sized area here. Almost feels like maybe there should be a pathway. Like, or, you know what I mean? It almost feels like with this size of area, there would almost be a pathway going, like, that direction, or that there would be something here that's blocking a pathway. So we might have to figure out what we want to do here. Also, just casually look at the train station, because I love it. I love it. Yeah. I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright. I've done a bunch. I wanted to show you guys something before we look at what I've done, though. And that is something I was kind of interested about that maybe some of you care. I moved the chest and stuff just over here. I don't know whose stuff this is. They probably don't want it, but I put it in a chest anyway. I went and mined down a tree, and forget the wood, but I mined a tree. So this is how many leaves I mined. These are all the leaves I mined from that tree, and that's how many saplings I got. So 271 ashenwood, I got 5 ashenwood saplings. In 670 cragwood leaves, I got 14, which is not a huge drop percentage. Not that it takes a crazy long time to harvest leaves, but not a huge drop percentage on the saplings. I just thought that was kind of interesting, and then these were the number of flowers that were in those leaves. So, kind of interesting to see. Anyway, I'm going to plant some of these. I'm going to take some of these leaves. We got some decorating to do, but I figured out what I wanted to do with this area. I did some pretty major terraforming. This came all the way down before. As you can see, I decided... I was sort of thinking, why wouldn't we have a path right here? And what could sort of take up this space? And I thought a build might be a bit aggressive, because it would be sort of out of place almost. And I figured, why not just extend the water over, do like a little inlet, and that's what I did. The water's still kind of awkward. It's, it just is what it is. Water's weird. It did load in fine, which is cool. So now we got a little inlet over here. I added some sand. I've been adding little bits of sand around the edges. You can see sometimes little cactuses, which I think just gives a little bit more difference to sort of the coastline, just a little bit of vibrance. It looks pretty good. I like it. Might need a bit more sand here and there. But yeah, adding sand. We got to put some leaves and some stuff just to differ up this hillside. But I think it looks pretty natural. I think it's just kind of a nice feature to have. Also, this side went up so steeply that I figured maybe having something on this side kind of breaks up this canyon effect when you leave here. I felt like when you leave here, you just had this big wall right here. And it was like, wow, that's a steep up. Adding this little inlet, I feel like gives a bit more... almost a more naturalness to this vibe. Also just it's not as like, oh wow, we are really low and this is a pretty aggressive wall in front of us. So a bit different. Also on this side, you can see I added a little waterfall. I put the retaining wall going all the way down. I think it looks pretty good. It does something for this side. Some more leaves and stuff, and I think this side will look kind of nice. It blends a little bit. But I think the waterfall is a good touch. Anyway, if we go up here, I haven't done too much work up here, but on this side you can see it's kind of cool. It's a little bit different. It kind of is similar. None of this changed too much. We're probably going to put a big tree right here, which will be nice. You can't grow big trees. We're just going to put a normal sized growing tree. I'm going to put a little pathway over here, maybe do some like park benches, but I put just a little like lake thing. I'm going to put a tree up here as well. Put the little lake thing, and then obviously the water that runs down the side. I was thinking maybe of doing kind of like a little trim with this. I don't know how that would look though. But yeah, we're going to do like a little park thing here. Yeah, maybe a little trim could be nice. I'm thinking that's a better shape though. Thinking that's a better shape. Playing with water is super strange in this game. For those of you who have tried to like build things with water, you know what I'm talking about. The water mechanics in this game are frustrating, and then you unload the chunk and all of a sudden it's even worse, and it can be pretty rough. I want a tree like right here, I think. I think I can grow an ashenwood one, get some like the white in. Yeah, so that'll grow. I'm gonna plant some trees around the area. We may have to like go AFK for a bit to let them grow, but that's fine. I kind of wanted one like around here. We'll go with the other type. Yep, okay. Where else would we want a tree? Maybe, well, he's got his nice tree there. I don't really want to block the view, but I kind of want a tree like right here. That tree's there. Maybe we could put like a white one right here. That'll block the view of that. We could slide it down a little bit. You know what? I'll plant the tree. If it ends up blocking the view of the inn too much, then we'll move it. But that should be good. I'm going to plant some more trees in just a second. I'll do it off camera. But I do just want to come down here and look at this at night. I was thinking about adding maybe some lights down here. Maybe do, like, something else with this hill. I don't know what it would be, though. But, yeah, so tree would be right there. Probably want, like, a tree somewhere around here. I kind of want to break up a little bit of the landscape. There'll be a tree right here. Like, I kind of want to break up, maybe not a tree right here, maybe just some leaves, but I want to break up the sort of landscape of how it is at the moment. Just because it's pretty, like, blah at the moment. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna go ahead and go crazy with some leaves and stuff, and we'll see what we end up with. But I want to show you guys the terraforming, which is pretty intense terraforming, to be honest. So yeah, boop. Just 3 minutes of leaf placing, and I think it looks so much better already. Like, just look how you come out and you're like, oh, okay. And now with some trees and a few more details, this place is going to look rock and roll. Rock and roll. Yeah, it's going to look really good, I think. I'm just gonna do some, like, little cobblestone touches here and there. Something of note with this area. It's still pretty laggy, which kind of sucks. Yeah, the cobblestone looks pretty good. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I think that's pretty good for down here. I'm gonna AFK a bit and let the trees grow, because I think those will be, like, big for this area to kind of control how it looks. Oh, I wanted a tree down here, actually. That's another spot I definitely wanted a tree. Wow, the lag, though. I don't know what's going on. It was fine for a bit, and now it's terrible. So, FPS counter in the corner sitting at 24. It was fine for so long. I don't get it. Yeah, so I'm gonna let the saplings grow a bit. And you know what I'm going to do in that time a little bit? I'm going to take down this ridiculous wall over here. There's this spoiler wall for Lazy Man Zoo. I don't think he plays Creativerse anymore. And he hasn't updated his zoo. And there's really no point in having a spoiler wall anymore. So we're going to take that down. And yeah, I think I might just go and plant some trees randomly as well. Like, we could just put one up here. Because why not? Nobody's building up here. If they want to build, they can take it down or whatever. So yeah, I'm just going to go plant some trees, take down this wall. Hopefully you have some trees grow. And Jar Jar Binks, you know what I'm saying? Okie dokie. So, these trees still haven't grown. It's been like 4 hours. I keep just sort of randomly pressing buttons while I do other stuff. It's been like 4 hours. They're not growing, which sucks. So next episode, we'll probably see them unless they randomly sprout as we're doing the end of this episode, which I doubt. So next episode, we will see them. But I think we've done a really good job here. This all took quite a long time, especially the digging and sort of carving. And don't get me started on placing water in this game. I think I already got started on that, but I think this area looks really good. Let's just go down and look at it again, because it's looking really good. Oh, yeah. This looks so much better coming out of here. I do think there's a few more details we could add, but it's also looking so much better than it did, and I really dig that. In the next few episodes, I do want to just continue working around spawn. We are going to work on that teleporter room, although people seem exhausted with me and teleporters. But that room will be cool, I promise you. But there's like a lot we can do around spawn, especially around the castle. You know, we have a bridge that I want to build over here. I want to extend the pathway going that direction. There's a really cool build that I think is going to be cool back there that we'll talk about another time. But I do want to, you know, put a bridge over here. And, you know, there's a lot of, like, just flat ground around the castle that I want to do some stuff with. And, yeah, we'll be working in this area. Once I get the bridge up, I think we can really start playing with this area a lot. Because this area is really quite neat. Yeah, so we'll probably work on that in the next one. I think today, though, I want to show you guys what I did for a period of time. It took a long time. About 1,500 blocks. There was over 5 stacks, so over 1,500 blocks back here. That container wall around this zoo was huge. And it's not even all gone. But over 1,500 blocks removed. And I extended the path so you guys could sort of see what I did. I might come over here and like plant some trees around the edge of it, put some bushes, just because it does look a little awkward, just the transition that we have right now. But yeah, we'll work on this area as well. Probably some stuff like right here to sort of block just this plain back wall. But I did just want to show you guys, maybe some of you haven't seen this. You can actually do it as an adventure. It's called Lazy Man Zoo. We also have to do these subway stops at some point. I think it's called Lazy Man Zoo as an adventure, or the Lazy Zoo, Creativerse Zoo. Welcome, walk over plates to spawn creature. Fat and Lazy on YouTube. They made a bunch of Fortnite videos. That was what they were playing for a while after Creativerse, but yeah, they did this awesome zoo, which has this really cool entryway with all these leaves that I absolutely love. I kept a little bit of the wall around that just to give it a bit more shape. I'm not a huge fan of these being here, though. We might, like, take out some of them. Does that look dumb, though? Anyway, I just put the path into the entryway. I can't move this because you would have to be the person who published the adventure. Creativerse Zoo, I guess, is what it's called. But yeah, it's a zoo that's really cool. He is. I keep saying it all in past tense. He doesn't really play Creativerse anymore. But he used to be a big Minecraft redstone guy, and then he got really into the machines in this game, built this really cool zoo that has all kinds of really interesting mechanics. And it also has all kinds of information about different animals. So, you know, this is the daytime pigsy, 70 health, 10 seconds to tame. So it's kind of cool to wander through because you can learn sort of a lot of random stuff about these creatures. Spawns on surface and fossil layer. But yeah, there's a lot of like cool stuff. You can see what they can drop. Oh, they can drop sinew, globs of goo, crystal shards, leather, bones. It's kind of an interesting thing, and he did a really good job with the interiors, I think. Pretty good decorator. And up here is the other one. So this has all the pigsies. But really good interior decoration, actually. And the exterior looks pretty darn good as well, I think. There's also this help desk, which is really cool. I think I've shown this all before, but yeah, you can type the number, and it'll give you like a directory. So if I go to 0, it gives me the directory, so you can get directions, credit disclaimers, exhibits complete. So right now there's Pigsy, Night Twigsy, Hoglet, Boss Hog, Keepa. So yeah, there's all kinds of little things. So I thought, instead of, like, I don't really want to tear this all down because it's really cool. So I thought it'd be neat to keep it and just incorporate it into spawn. Yeah, Night Twiggy. Like, look at all this. This is so, there's so much, like, cool stuff here. And, yeah, back here is the only place that the wall has it. This all used to have a big wall around it, by the way. I think now that the wall's gone, it does blend into spawn a little bit. We would just need to add some, like, decorative touches, like trees and whatnot, to, like, just sort of blend it in a little bit more. But we need that a lot around spawn. We'll do that. There's a lot of really cool builds. I didn't realize how actually big this was. Last time I saw it, it was just the Pigsy building. So I didn't realize he actually built all this other stuff in it as well, which is kind of crazy that I never I never do that. But yeah, there's quite a few exhibits. You have a little restaurant and stuff. It's a pretty cool little area. I also really like this lantern. The bedrock in it. I think it's actually a really nice little lamp. Rainforest Cafe. Go downstairs to be seated. Rainforest Cafe. But yeah, the wall is little bits here and there, but back here, I left it because it's kind of working as a retaining wall a little bit. So you can see carved out areas, perhaps where new builds were going to go. But this big building back here, he carved out sort of a mountain. So I left it as a retaining wall. And we could probably do some fun stuff with this later. Keepa exhibit. Wow, this is a lot bigger of a zoo than I thought it was. Blueprint House XXL. So yeah, I thought we would just incorporate this in a spawn. Obviously, it needs some touches, ups, but the pathway now goes to it. And we just need to kind of blend it a little bit more. Because right now it's just sort of this big blob, some trees, some bushes, all of that stuff. I was also thinking of maybe doing some sort of like river that flows through spawn, which would be kind of a big project, maybe something to do like on stream. But we've got this water over here that is pretty neat. We've got this water over here, and I was thinking maybe of connecting this up, kind of flowing it underneath here. And you know, perhaps sort of linking it up with the moat that we have over here, continuing this little system sort of underneath this and have it come out that way, sort of do a big tunnel underneath. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff we could do around spawn. If you guys have any suggestions, please let me know. I know we were going to do up here today, but I think I was going to wait for the tree to grow. I am going to wait for the tree to grow, just to sort of be able to see how it all looks. Yeah, did a lot today, but it's sort of one of those days where I did a lot, but there's not a lot I can show because it was all sort of minuscule. So I think next episode we're actually going to kind of continue working in this area and try to continue sort of beautifying up spawn and add a bit more of a natural vibe and just get this place a little bit of a better flow, you know? I think that's big, just better flow. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Either way, let me know if you liked this video. Check out the Creativerse Zoo. It's bigger than I thought it was, and it's really cool. Really cool project. It's just there as an adventure if you are curious. And subscribe for more. Creativerse, all that jazz. Leave a like. Leave a comment what I can do if you like the changes I've made. If there's more stuff that I can do that I didn't think of. And subscribe and all that. I'm just still talking. Okay. Bye-bye. No, I say ciao. A ciao.